Welcome back. I am N.S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. In this video, I am going to explain the summary of Happy Prince written by Oscar Wilde. This is a story about the statue of a happy prince and a little swallow. The happy prince was a beautiful statue stood on a tall column high above the city. The statue was covered with thin leaves of gold. He had sapphires for his eyes and a ruby in his sword. One night, a little swallow flew over the city. He was tired and wanted to spend the night between the feet of the happy prince. As he was ready to sleep, just then a large drop of water fell on him. It was curious as there were no clouds in the sky. Then another drop of water fell on him. The swallow decided to look for another place. Just then, third drop fell on him. He looked up and saw that these were the tears from the eyes of the happy prince, and the swallow filled with pity. The swallow wanted to know why the happy prince was crying. The swallow asked, "Who are you, and why are you crying?" The happy prince told the swallow that he lived in a palace while he was alive and had a kind human heart. There was no sorrow at all, and his courtiers called him the happy prince. After his death, he had been set up on a high pillar. His heart is made up of lead yet, and it always weeps when he sees the ugliness and misery of the city. Now, he needs a help from the swallow, so he asked its help. They told the swallow that far away in a little street, a little boy of a seamstress is sick. He is crying, and his mother could not give him oranges to eat. He asked the swallow to give his ruby to the poor women when he was going to Egypt. But he obeyed the happy prince, and then he flew and laid the ruby on the table of the poor women. Swallow's first work is over. Then the happy prince saw a writer. He was suffering from cold and was hungry. Happy prince asked the swallow to give one of the sapphire to the writer. The swallow did not want to pluck out the sapphire from his eyes, but he obeyed him unwillingly. After the second task, Happy Prince saw a match girl and her matches fall into the gutter. At his command, the swallow unwillingly plucked out the sapphire from the other eye of the happy prince, and now the prince was totally blind. The swallow slipped the sapphire into the palm of the match girl. Then the happy prince allowed the swallow to fly away to Egypt, but the swallow decided to stay with the blind prince forever. The swallow reported about the sufferings of the starving people. At the command of the happy prince, the swallow took off the golden leaves from the statue and distributed them among the poor people. Now the statue was dull and grey. The frost made the swallow colder and colder, and he was about to die. He flew to the happy prince, who bade him kiss him on the lips. The swallow fell down and died at the feet of the statue. The lead heart of the prince broke into two. The mayor ordered that the statue should be pulled down because it was neither beautiful nor useful. The broken heart did not melt in the furnace. It was thrown away on a dust heap where the dead swallow was also lying. God asked the angels to bring the two most precious things in the city. God praised the angels' choice in bringing him the leaden heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow. They remained there happy forever. That's the end of the summary. Read again for better understanding. Thanks for watching. We meet again in the next video with another interesting topic.